Alrighty, guys, welcome to the BassMaster Fishing Podcast, and for those of you guys watching on Drew's page, welcome. Kind of a last minute deal, but we're at the house here. We're all staying together. We got Drew, we got Jake, we got some buddies from SoCal as well, and man, we're out here at Havasu for the first stop of the BassMaster Kayak Series, and I couldn't be more excited that Steve Owens and the team over at Bass brought this opportunity out so we can. He's literally from the other side of the country and I'm from the West Coast, and we're fishing together this weekend and fishing against each other. And it's just super fun to compete. But, we got Drew right here sitting here. So Drew, you haven't been to the West Coast in quite a while. So how you feeling about this tournament?
It's been a while. Well, the reason I wanted to come do this one is because I have fished the Colorado River and around Yuma, north of Yuma. And it was one of my favorite trips ever. Good buddies, Brooks, Beatty, Jameson, Redding. We were all out here. The boys from OEX, we're out here. They took us out there, and I caught a couple of really nice fish in a very unique environment that was just so gorgeous and in a style that I love to catch them. It was a bait caster, heavy line, and I was like, I got to go out there this tournament. I got to figure it out. So somehow, I don't know how it actually all worked out. Jake and I were like, how did this actually work out? My wife had a girls' trip. It fell through. This weekend I was supposed to be watching the kids at home. Fell through. And then my son had a surgery scheduled. It got canceled, and he was going to be, kind of down for about a week or so, and opened up. And Jake was like, I'll hop on with you and the plane. So here we are, pumped up, and hopefully I can repeat what happened about 8 or 9 years ago on that trip tomorrow and Sunday.
And for those of you guys that are always on the fence because you guys feel like you can't get a lot of practice in, Drew's literally coming all the way out here, going through the hassle of getting all of his stuff drove out here and he flew out here, and I've been in that same situation. He got one to practice. So really, the excuses kind of slim down if you have the passion and you have the want to, and I feel like that's super inspiring as well. It's just fun to just go for it. And I'll bring Jake on here in a little bit, but I just wanted to have Drew on for a second and just I don't know, so you had one day out there. How do you feel about tomorrow? What do you feel the tournament's gonna go?
Let's get into it a little bit. Before I start, I do want to say a huge thank you to Joe McElroy, who did drive all my stuff out here. That was awesome. I got it to him. He drove it, he's from Alabama, and I'm from Northeast Ohio, or not from Georgia, but live there now. And I got it to him, and he drove it all the way out here. So thank you so much to Joe. I've got my own, Crescent Kayak Sholey, Torpedo, everything that I run, of course, all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. But as far as the fishing goes,
wait, really quick, I'm gonna stop you. Yeah. What was the cost to fly? I feel like that's like a question that people may have.
It was like 60, 170, something like that. We could have got a little cheaper. It all started when I got an email from Spirit Airlines. It was like discounted flights, all $40 one-way flights around the country. And I was like, all right, let me look and see where they're going. I wasn't thinking about this tournament, just looking. And one of them was out of Columbus, Ohio, was $40 to Vegas. I was like, I don't need to go to Vegas. I was like, wait a second, there's a tournament out there. And when do I have to fly by? Anyway, it didn't work out to be a Spirit Airlines from all the contingencies, whatever you had to do. And we actually got the flight straight out of Cleveland, which is close to us. And I was like, and then if you think about it, if I drive to Dardanelle or Possum Kingdom or Toledo Bend or any lake, in there, Caddo, Shreveport, for Lake Fork, the championship we'll be at in a month or two, it's going to cost me more money in gas to do that. Now, obviously, you got to find someone to get your stuff or have a kayak you can rent. It helps that I don't use any fish finders, any electronics, stuff like that, of course, too. It's a little simpler. I just need rods, my reels, that motor, and I'm good to go. So, yeah, 160, 170.
What about rent the truck?
Rent the truck, yeah, that costs. We got a pickup, but yeah, $250, $300 if you get all the insurance, extra stuff they add
for the whole time.
The whole time, and unlimited miles. But we're splitting that, so it's actually not that bad. This is actually really costing me less than we're all splitting the Airbnb, which is never too much. Yeah, it really costs me the same, or if not less than if I were to go out to Grand Lake. Or
so with the entry fee and everything, you're definitely $100,000. You're 700 or so, somewhere in there, 600 somewhere in there.
I'd say definitely.
So,
definitely.
So literally flying out to fish a kayak tournament, you're all in for, let's just say, $700. You have a shot most of the time to win upwards of $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Mm-hmm. You have a shot for a trophy, and it's fun to fly and have that little bit of adventure too.
Yeah,
It's just a different thing.
Right here, choose your own adventure. Right there, choose your own adventure.
Okay, so Drew, what do you think it's gonna? Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I don't know. I was just gonna say I love the adventure of this whole thing, the challenge. I mean, to me, that's what fishing is all about. Fishing new places is what I love to do. It's the challenge that gets me excited. I'm honestly, some people might just be all about all the money and this and that. I want to only fish tournaments on my home bodies of water where I know exactly where to go so I can more likely win and win the money. It's not about that to me. It is the adventure. So that's why when Jake was like, yeah, let's go on this adventure. It was so much just like, I'm pumped. I don't care what happens in the tournament. I don't at all. I mean, obviously I want to win. I'm going to try my best. One day of practice and caught some fish, but it was just all about, I want to challenge myself because you get better. When you go to all these new fisheries, like you just learn new stuff and you get better.
100%.
And your brain remembers all those situations. And then you see it again another time. And because maybe you lost, quote unquote lost, like you didn't finish in the money or do good at a certain tournament, but you learned. And to me, life is all in this, it's all one big tournament. And I don't even look at it as like, oh, each separate tournament. It's all one tournament. And all the ones leading up are just helping you get a little bit better at the next one. And so, yeah.
So you had one day of practice. You haven't been to Havasu in a long time. How do you feel about tomorrow? Because we were talking earlier, like everybody's got super high hopes in practice. We kind of borderline lie a little bit about how good we did just to make us feel good. Like, let's be honest, like we kind of pump ourselves up because we want to be confident going into tomorrow. And I feel like everybody's got that going on for the most part. So real talk, how do you feel about tomorrow? What do you think it's going to take to win?
I still think this is the BassMaster Kayak Series. You get a lot of the best anglers here, and I really feel like it's going to take 185, 180, 185, like 90 a day on average. So maybe someone's got 96 one day and they hit 89 the next day or something like that. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to see. But that's what I feel. I don't think I'm going to be, hitting that, but you never know. I mean, obviously, but so I'm not saying that based on what I've seen and what I've caught. I'm catching like 14, 15, 16 and a half inch fish. So, but 5 fish a day, we've kind of been talking about in the house, 5 fish a day, 10 fish total in any wintertime tournament, whether desert, doesn't matter where you are, Chickamauga. I mean, it just doesn't matter if it's wherever, Lake Lanier, you just name a lake. If wintertime, it's going to be always, important to get your 10 fish for 2-day tournament. So
praying for a limit. Yeah,
praying for a limit. And if we get a limit, I really feel like you're going to be basically borderline check range.
Yeah.
Like pretty darn close.
But there's quite a diverse set of anglers that came out to this tournament. Yeah. There are about, I'd say probably half the field's West Coast, but the other, I mean, there's 40 people that are completely from even the West Coast. It seems like there's a lot of people that traveled. And
yeah, I think I added up actually scrolled down the list one day and added up, and it was like pushing like 15, 16 different states. I think like 14, 15, somewhere in that range,
which is awesome. And that's why I told Steve, like, I know, like, even myself, even from like, I want to go to the Delta, I want to go to Clear Lake, but I feel like Havasu, it's a huge body of water. We have plenty of area to fish. It's an awesome fishery. Mm-hmm. Maybe next year, if we came back in a different time of the year, the fishing would be, a little bit better. And I feel like the numbers would be a little bit higher if we had a little bit more time to set, the schedule came out kind of late, but that's okay. But what I'm saying is I feel like it's a good location for the West to like maybe have another shot next year, because we can get those guys that travel from Texas. We can get those guys that travel from Tennessee. Like it's not like super out of the picture,
I was surprised that more people from Texas aren't in the tournament, honestly, because it's not like from Dallas, it's like 17, 18 hours. I'm really surprised there weren't more on it. I mean, was like 1 or 2. It was like more people from.
It was a good tournament to grab some points too.
I thought it would have been a good one, to get points.
Because it's probably going to be the the lower entry of the field, and like you're able to have a shot at some good points.
If you go to Texas to Susquehanna, or Texas to Champlain, or Texas to St. Clair, or wherever you're, anywhere, obviously it's further.
And you're going 200 plus anglers
than here.
Yeah,
and you're going 200, 250 anglers. So when you're thinking about it strategically for points, this is it goes down 1 point increments. This is definitely a little bit easier to probably some, if you want to call them kind of cheap points, sure, because I think all the other tournaments are going to be.
But it's going to be a challenge.
Plus,
if you take top 10 in this tournament, no matter what, it's going to be. You're going to earn that thing, because there's some great sticks here. The fishing is a little bit tough. I had a decent practice. I feel okay about tomorrow. I feel like I can catch a limit tomorrow. I just don't know how big. I feel like it's going to take all day to catch the limit because I caught fish in the morning and I caught fish like really late in the afternoon, and we're going to fish till like 3:30. So getting bites in like the midday for me, I think is going to be a little bit of a bonus, but I think getting a limit is doable. But it's going to take the entire 8 hours, I feel like. And if you call once or twice, you're doing pretty good. So,
I think so.
Let's see. What else do we want to cover? I'm kind of just drawing a blank here.
I mean, we got other guys to bring in. I don't know. There's just techniques. You guys can hit on all that stuff. I mean, I'm still going to try to power fish them. I mean, I caught fish, on spinning rod and baitcaster today, but I really want to power fish them. And if you get current or wind, maybe I can like pull.
I wish I had a picture. I tried bringing it up, but I got a picture with Drew holding a spinning rod in his hand, which is a super rare sighting.
Yeah,
that's like it's like seeing a zebra out here or something. So.
Yeah, I did catch a few on the spinning rod today, and I had to I don't know, break down and
get a little finesse out here.
Do it. So
you're on the West Coast. You got to be a little bit finesse. You got to be diverse out here. You can do both, but most of the time, going to that finesse can get you some bites, especially when the fish are finicky.
Yeah.
But well, Drew, good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy.
And I think tomorrow night we'll do it again and have like the day one post day one show, because we're both smiling. We're both kind of giddy right now. But tomorrow,
Havasu,
there could be bigger smiles or it could be a little bit of a frown. So hopefully we all have smiles in the house coming back after tomorrow. But we'll see how it goes.
We'll have a good time no matter what.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring we're gonna bring Jake over here. Jake's in the house as well. Jake, what was your last name again? Cook. Jake Cook, coming in from Ohio as well. He traveled out here with Drew. And Jake, welcome.
Thank you. Long time viewer.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Jake said he's been watching the podcast and the YouTube for quite some time, so I appreciate that. Jake traveled out here with Drew, again, kind of on a limb, and you had to borrow all of your stuff. So I kind of wanted you to kind of introduce yourself and then talk about your like ambition and your drive to like take on that journey. And let's talk about what you had to do to get here.
Yeah. First off, thank you for everyone that helped me put this together. Thank you for the invite from Drew. Thank you to my wife for letting me go. Thanks to the guys at Newport, the guy that gave me the kayak. Thanks everyone, Tandy Foil over at Yak Rods. I flew out here with, a few bait casters, a spinning reel, and 2 or 3 tackle boxes of just plain Jane tackle. So, but flew out here with nothing on a whim. And thankfully, everyone in the community is so helpful and willing to help gather equipment.
Yeah, so you literally flew out here and you had to start your checklist. So he literally borrowed everything, right? Like
everything but reels.
And reels, and did you bring your tackle or did you just?
I had 2 tackle boxes. Yep, some jigs, chat baits, and a box of hooks, and a few bags of soft plastics.
So community came together, got him a kayak. What kayak?
We are rocking a Old Town. I don't know the exact model.
Big water, I think.
Yeah. Scott was able to pull that together and come through on that. The guys over at Newport were able to get me batteries and get me everything needed to get it going. So, yeah.
He was literally rigging it all the way up until last night, and kind of this morning. They barely got on water this morning. But it just goes to show, guys, and I feel like it's an awesome story for those guys that are maybe on the fence and you guys see a tournament that's like super out of reach. This community can come together really, really fast, and there's a lot of people that are willing to help everyone get out on the water, which I feel like is an awesome part of our kayak community, and it's super fun, like I said. And this is why I love fishing the BassMaster kayak series, because like me and Jake, we could know each other online, we talk back and forth online, but to fish against each other and fish with each other from literally across the country, and just to go out there, have a good time and compete, and it's, I don't know, it just really get much better than that. Like, it's just such a fun experience.
And this is also my first national tournament. First time at the BassMasters.
Oh, nice.
First time out of the state, realistically. There's a lot of first going on here. Everyone's helping me pull it together. So we're confident, we're already made our adventure, flew in 2:30 a.m., woke up at 5, got on the water or drove around to scout some water and stuff. So, if it's the, I don't have the logistics, definitely just put yourself out there and ask. The community is a really good thing going.
Yeah. So you had a little bit of practice today. How you feel about tomorrow? What's your game plan? How you feeling? You feel good? Feel confident?
I wish I could be more confident. Honestly, we're just going to give it our best shot. We know how to fish. We got to figure out what the bass want. We're going to try to chase some brown ones tomorrow. Green ones mixed in, but we're just going to do what we do the Ohio way. Definitely want to power fish, but I have a spinning rod. So we're going to see how that goes.
By Sunday, Drew and Jake and everybody else that's came out from out east and stuff, they will have a spinning rod in their hand on Sunday. And you're going to go back a nice finesse West Coast bass fisherman after this one, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
I hope we all crush them. Again, we're gonna have you guys all back on tomorrow night, and we'll have a completely different show. But anything else you want to add before I'm gonna bring Mr. Jerry here next?
No, just thanks again to everyone that put it together. I couldn't have got here without the help from other people. That starts by asking. If you don't ask, you don't receive. So, get out there, help each other, grow the series for ourselves.
Awesome, dude. Well, hope you have a good time tomorrow, man.
Thanks.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, Jake, come over here, dude. For Drew, Colby Yak Fishing asked if you had a chatterbait on your spinning rod.
No, but it's not a bad idea to get a micro chatterbait going.
Micro chatterbait.
Finesse, West Coast finesse.
Yeah.
I have a mini max if you want to borrow it.
I got plenty of mini max. I do like the mini max.
All right, well,
You're right.
what is up, guys? For those of you guys watching right now, this is Jerry. He's from SoCal, where I'm from. He kind of came into the scene like last year, basically.
Yeah.
He actually bought my brother-in-law's kayak from my brother-in-law Wade, and he's been just absolutely full force ever since. He's got his own YouTube channel. You want to plug that in really quick?
Yeah. So it's it's Jerry YOITZ
Yeah. He creates content on all of his trips out. He fished here back in November. Did pretty well
November.
at the ABA TOC that we had here.
Mm-hmm.
So Jerry, how you feeling about this trip, and kind of talk about like what drove you to come out here and fish this big tournament? Because is this like for a big national tournament?
Yeah. Yes. This is my first big national tournament. Obviously first BassMaster. So one of the opportunities that you just can't pass up, despite some little life difficulties going on in my own personal life with like my condo and stuff like that. I initially didn't want to go in because of like financial constraints that may arise, but yourself and a few other guys from the community definitely convinced me to come out. Like I said, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, so I kept on telling myself that like I can't pass this up. In regards to how I'm feeling towards it, man, I wish I could say that it was good. I wish I could say that I have like good feelings about it, but man, it is tough out here.
But at least tomorrow, I know today you had a tough practice, but tomorrow, like, I guess my little advice would just be like, go with what you're confident in. Don't try to get on anything else that you're not confident in.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a fresh slate. You got no like spot where you think a fish is because you caught one today. Just like trust your gut, stay confident, and just let the chips fall where they may, because it's not like catching them today, because who cares caught today, it's about tomorrow. And that's the thing about like listening to everybody at practice and stuff. And like, when we go to the board registration, everybody's got their chest all out. Everybody friggin', like I said, pumps themselves up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But tomorrow the truth comes out, and the Tourney X leaderboard never lies.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that leaderboard looks like tomorrow. So what do you think it's going to take to win, and how do you feel about going in tomorrow other than not having a great practice?
So, I mean, just like you said, everything is still up in the air. Luckily for me, even though I didn't have a very good practice, that gives me a clean slate to kind of go off of. So basically, I'm starting off at a brand new spot, never been there. I don't have any kind of preconceived notions on what to expect. So I'm literally going out there and doing whatever I can to get those bites. What is it gonna take to win? For sure, both days, these anglers are gonna have to have limits for sure. I think if you have a limit on both days, considering how tough it is, you're gonna be in a very, very good spot. Overall, I would say, man, I would have to say like high 170s both days.
All right.
Yeah.
High 170s. Well, we're going to keep this one kind of quick. I just wanted to hop on. I felt like it'd be cool to kind of hear our mindsets as we're going into the tournament on day one tomorrow. Shout out to Newport for sponsoring a series, and Native, and everybody that just made this event possible. It's a super huge opportunity for us. I was going to try to put the pictures of the trophies and like kind of the board registration on here, but it wasn't letting me put it on my laptop right now. But I just encourage you guys, if you see the schedule, you can make one of these events, whether you feel like, you can't make it because you don't want to drive that far. These guys literally flew in. There's guys that drove like from crazy distances as well. So I just encourage you, get out there, get outside your comfort zone, challenge yourself. And it's a great platform, and it's an awesome opportunity for you guys. So anyways, getting a little tired now. I think we might hit the bed soon, and we will see how tomorrow goes. We'll definitely come live again tomorrow because I feel like it'd be fun to look back on, like, we talked about tonight, and then tomorrow. Yeah, we'll put some videos on here, and we'll have a little bit more fun tomorrow. We'll have a little more time to prepare. So join us tonight. I don't know, maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock. We'll come back on, and hopefully one of us is leading the tournament. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, thank you. As always, keep your thumbs ripped, and we will see you guys tomorrow night.